Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com here for our third league match with Lukka Surprise. So far we've played Hardened Scales Affinity and Living End. Here we have two pieces of our combo and a lot of lands. So we will be mulliganing this. Too bad we're on the draw again. Okay, well, we have a couple creatures. Ragavan's always great. A little bit of removal, piece of our combo, and a way to dig. Question is, what do we want to get rid of? Lightning Bolt's always risky. It's nice to have a little bit of removal. Footfall Crater is part of our combo. Fable the Mirror Breaker, we want to turn 2 Fable, so we're going to go get rid of the Footfall for now. We have a couple turns before we'll need it anyway, and there are some matchups where we just won't even need it at all. See what our opponent's up to. Nothing. Apparently. Alright. Like it. Gruul. I'm a big fan of Gruul, in case you have not noticed that yet. So we could put our opponent to the test with a turn 1 Ragavan. Gruul, man, has me wondering. Do we really want to turn 1 Ragavan, or do we want to turn 2 Fable of the Mirror Breaker? Either one will probably get lightning bolted. We'll put our opponent to the test with a Ragavan. Something's definitely odd about Magic Online right now. Feels like it's stuttering, a little bit slow. Things are not, like on the stack was down there for some reason. I wonder if Misty Rainforest has me wondering. Okay, so we have some teamer action. Is this going to be Living End again? Because I really hope it's not. Man, it's showing up down there. 2 damage. Alright, so this maybe is Omnath. So I was correct in assuming it would die. There's our Footfall Crater that we put to the bottom. So what we'll do is crack this for a forest. Go get that forest. Play the Hierarch. Enchant the forest. Now the reason why we're enchanting the forest over the mountain is we need 2 red sources for Lukka. So we want to make sure, just to be safe, that we don't put it on one of our red sources in case for some odd reason we get mana screwed. Alright, looks like we're going to be playing against some sort of 4-color control nonsense. Oh no, wait, never mind. Rhinos, I guess? Yeah, I should have known from Fire Ice that it would be Rhinos. Can we be fast enough for Rhinos? Fast clock. 2-turn clock. And we hit another useless land. So, well, Fable. Man, things would be different with being on the play versus draw. And if, having played against the Rhinos a few times, they almost always have the second Cascade spell at this point. If they didn't suspend a Crashing Football, I assume they have a second Cascade and that we are dead. We'll find out. So crack this for a mountain. Bolt that. Save ourselves a little bit, even though we're still on the clock. What this does is hopefully let us hit a Lukka now. Yep, there's the second Cascade spell, just like I said. It's unbelievable. I mean, they get 8 of them, so always be hitting the second Cascade spell, and we're dead, basically. Even Lukka off the top won't help us. And it is a Lukka off the top. So what we can do is we discard nothing. We'll play, if we play a land, we go to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play the Emrakul, and then they can still just attack right into it. So if we'd been on the play, we would be able to give it haste perhaps, or at least have that out there to block the first set, one of the first Rhinos. But yeah, a little bit frustrating being on the draw. Just too slow. I mean, it was a turn 4. Lukka, and they had, there are 4 Rhinos. It never fails, it seems like. Okay, so enough about that. Another deck we're not prepared for, per se, in the sideboard, which perhaps we should be. Yeah, I'm just thinking how we can change our sideboard for the next league, because so far Living End was rough, and now Rhinos. Usually an Engineer Explosives is good against them. Or we just really want to be on the play and be fast enough, but I'm not sure if even if we were on the play, how much it would have changed. Probably would have done something. They do it. Anyway, they may have been able to still kill us dead through the Emrakul, but we could bring in the Veil of Summers to help with resolving some of our things, or just drawing. We can cycle it when they cast a blue spell. Now I'm curious about the Fire Ice. If they cast the Fire Side, if it counts as a blue spell, I could Google it, but I'm not going to. I guess we'll learn the hard way. Oath, for another Veil of Summer. Yeah, run it like that and hope to be faster. Well, there is our Emrakul, which is okay. We have the Bitter Reunion that we can discard to draw 2 cards, so we'll keep that. We're going to have to fetch Shock, though, to get the... well, we don't have to. We could go Forest into Noble Hierarch, Mountain into Bitter Reunion, into another Hierarch. I guess that's what we'll do. Going to 6th, that's not bad. Probably dig in for them Cascade spells. I don't know. I think, I've heard various people talking about the Cascade decks and whether or not they need to be nerfed in some way. I mean, they're very powerful. Turn 3, turn 4, Living End or whatever. But then again, what we're doing is also very powerful by turn 3 or 4. 8 Cascade spells is more consistent than 4 Lukka. So, and they even have their Gemstone Cavern to get it out on turn earlier. Yeah, it's not looking good. And they have the fire to pick off both of our mana dorks, so that even if we do hit a Luke off this Bitter Reunion, we're not going to end up having the mana to cast it, I imagine. Yeah, all the removal in the world. First one down. And they do only have 3 cards in hand, so what are the chances they don't have the Cascade spell and they kept their 6 because of the Gemstone Cavern? So we could dash in the Ragavan, get the treasure, cast a Hierarch. We could just run a Ragavan and the Hierarch. I mean, we do kind of want to keep our acceleration going to try to keep up with. The risk here, though, is that they counter our Bitter Reunion and we don't discard our Emrakul. Now, if, let's say, everything lives, which, I mean, with 1 red source is possible. Oh, no, here comes the Rhinos. Yeah, very frustrating. Turn 2 this time. Turn 2 Rhinos. I'm all to 6. Man, better be lucky than good, I guess. Well, everything will live, like I said. Well, and we won't be able to hit with Ragavan for a 4. I mean, we can attack, but it won't matter. I mean, we will attack and see what they do. And then knowing them, they'll have the second Cascade spell in hand anyway, so they'll go ahead and block. Yep. And we'll do our Bitter Reunion now. Discard the Emrakul. Play them. Yeah, we gotta let that happen. And we did draw another Ragavan, not at all what we wanted, but what we're once now. We can survive a hit. This is a good thing. We can survive a hit from the Rhinos, and we really just, if we draw a Lukka and they don't have a counterspell with their 2 cards in hand, we should be able to win. We will be fast enough. It's turn 3. They got their Rhinos out on turn 2. That's all right. That's fair. So they don't even want to get hit by the Ragavan. That's how bad they must not have a good hand. It must be no more cascading, but also I would imagine a counter spell or something. Lukka. Lightning bolt. Okay. Well, not exactly what we wanted. I mean, we'll go ahead and trade with the Rhino. I know it seemed, I don't know if that's, maybe it seems weird, maybe it doesn't, but we have to do our best to keep the board. Ooh, Tishana's Tidebinder. Interesting. Okay. They're going to try to counter the trigger, I guess. So I think it's going to go off no matter what, or it's going to counter no matter what, but we will go ahead and Lightning Bolt now that it's on the battlefield. So they're going to keep their Rhino, kill our Ragavan. That's unfortunate. So definitely we're willing to trade. What I was saying is it may seem weird, I don't know, but in this matchup, I mean, the 4/4s, they add up quick. So having them trade for a Ragavan when that's not really our game plan anyway is fine by me. We really just want to hit a Lukka, get this Emrakul out, the Tishana's Tidebinder, and they're going to kill both of our mana dorks. Man, they're running hot. Okay. They could have countered our Lukka. Now we don't have anything, and we're probably dead. This has been a very frustrating match. I'm going to go ahead and cycle this. Hierarch. Well, we're not dead yet, so we're going to run that out. And we are still at least 1 land away and a Lukka away from a hasty Emrakul. If we draw the Lukka and they don't kill our Hierarch, we can at least get the Emrakul in and hope they don't have any way to answer it. Oh my gosh, yep. I mean, I'm all to 6. They have the Gemstone Caverns, turn 2 Rhinos. All the hate in the world to Tishana's Tidebinder, even if we drill in the Lukka, wipe our board, cascade into yet another set of Rhinos. Yeah, I mean, opponents had it all, both games. And sometimes it's just like that. And we weren't going to hit. Sometimes you don't hit a single thing off of your... or you can get the land, obviously, but, you know, no action off the top. So, well, that was painful. Anyway, yeah, you could see it there. Opponent ran really hot. We ran really cold, but we also didn't have a lot of time. I mean, the opponent's so fast. Turn 2 Rhinos this game. Last game, it's turn 4 or something. They had their second set of Rhinos. And it does always seem to be like that when I play against these Cascade decks, that they always have the second Cascade spell in hand, or when specifically the Rhino Cascade decks. So yeah, another hard loss. Maybe we need to really rethink our sideboard against the meta, against some of these top decks, if we're going to be playing Cascade decks so much. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, and I'll see you on the next video.